and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
For those of you at home who can't see us, we are basically like Zac Efron body types.
What's the point of having a primate if you can't get mauled every once in a while? What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Wilson, and with me today, my co-host, my co-homie, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good. Calling in from Toontown.
Also with me, to my right, to my left, to my perpendicular, up, down, all around, is Greg Hoey. Greg, how you doing today?
Excellent. Doing great.
Great. I'm glad everyone's doing great. This is great news. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you doing?
Oh, well.
Nobody's ever asked you that, huh? I didn't even think about that. We never ask you how you're doing. Ryan, how are you doing?
It doesn't even sound like you're genuine, because we really never cared.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah, I care a lot.
To be honest, guys, I mowed my lawn today. It took around 2 hours and 45 minutes. Pretty tuckered out. I was mowing down some plants that were like taller than me, and all of a sudden I felt like an itch on my head, and I looked in the mirror and there's this huge fucking welt in the middle of my forehead. But it quickly shrunk down to size, so no cause for concern there.
Did you get bit? You don't even know?
I don't know. It's gone now, though. Whatever it was brief.
Uh-oh.
I figured I had some sort of
a horror movie.
Yeah, I had some sort of allergic reaction to the plant, but my immune system is so advanced. It was just nope, and then it was gone.
You do have the prototype body.
I do. Got to be in peak physical condition while making a podcast. Everybody knows that.
For those of you at home who can't see us, we are basically like Zac Efron body types, so.
Yeah, he wishes.
We cut. We got that thing that goes down on our belly, that slants down, that kind of those two lines. You know what I'm saying? Down by the crotch, they go down there. They make you look like you have abs.
Yeah.
I do.
Basically, I look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. My abs are dirty. They look dirty all the time, but they're super defined.
Yeah, my back hurts. But it looks like his.
Word. All right, well, I guess it's time to get into it, folks. Today's topic is our favorite animated TV shows. Now, animation's had a big impact on my life. I drew all throughout high school. I still draw now. I draw fucked up, weird shit and comics, and, it's always been a dream of mine to have something to do in the field, but here I am making a podcast instead. So, it's a big one. It's a big one, guys.
Podcasting is a lot easier.
For sure. If the ultimate dream would be a voice actor, that'd be awesome. To be a voice actor on a cartoon, any animated show, it would be the shit.
You have the voice for it too, Ryan. That sultry, perfect podcast voice.
Oh, come on, guys. All right, well, let's get into it. Greg, why don't you kick us off? What's an animated show that you want to talk about today?
Well, let's talk about Family Guy. 1999, January 31st, actually. It was created by Seth MacFarlane on Fox. It's actually on season 19 right now. But a quick little fact here, when it debuted after the Super Bowl, and it was the Broncos-Falcons. Anybody know who won that game? Seamus? Ryan?
Broncos?
Yep, 34-19. That was Elway's second Super Bowl. You know what a cost of a commercial on the Super Bowl was back then?
Only $750,000 then. Now it's probably 1.5 or.
It was $1.6 million for a 30-second commercial.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
What's it now? $4 million?
Probably up there. Yeah, it's probably close to $4 or $5 million. Yeah. Just guessing. But
Do you think the ratings are going to go down this year? Like a lot of people are pissed off. The NFL's being political.
The Super Bowl?
Not the Super Bowl, but the NFL in general.
I think they're going down every year. Like, I think sports in general have been like going down because there's just so much entertainment. There's just so much shit to watch, you know?
Right.
And some of it is like, you know, there's also like political aspects and stuff. And then just people they're just going outside and not doing that shit or just playing games.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Red Sox, but I've hardly caught any games this season.
I'm guilty. I've caught 0 games, but then again, I don't have cable, so.
Yeah, it's like any time that you want to watch like grown men like leap on each other, like there's so much porn out there now, you know? It's a fucking click away.
I hear you. Well, in a wacky Rhode Island town, a dysfunctional family strive to cope with everyday life from one crazy scenario to another. You know, that's the Griffin family: Peter, Chris, Lois, Meg, Brian, and of course Stewie. I thought it was easily one of the best animated shows of all time. I mean, they're still pumping out great shows, and we'll talk about that. But when The Simpsons was out, I thought it kind of eclipsed The Simpsons in ways, but Simpsons is still amazing.
I mean, you can't deny what The Simpsons was, especially in our childhood, but I've always thought Family Guy was better than The Simpsons.
You should give Simpsons a rewatch, though, because I did that recently, like about a year ago, and it actually stood the test of time. It was pretty good.
I haven't watched either show in many, many years, so I don't even know if either of them are up to par anymore.
Yeah, they're both great, but yeah, the whole cut from one scene to another like crazy scenario. I mean, sometimes that's all they did. Like the whole episode was just like ridiculous joke after ridiculous joke. Sometimes they swung and missed.
If I don't know. I wonder if they've gone through like a lot of writers, because I feel like how would you keep up all that creativity for so many seasons with just like 1 or 2 people writing everything? Like they must have
they have a fucking room. They have a room full of writers. But I'm sure they've definitely got new writers or like moved on from writers, and But I believe there's probably like 20 writers a show or something like that. I bet something like that.
Right, but I imagine like Saturday, I feel like you got to bring in like some fresh perspectives sometimes every few years.
For sure. One of my real quick, one of my favorite lines there was when they were doing the 2 guys were like driving drunk, eating chocolate and peanut butter, and they get in the head-on collision. The one guy's like, "He got chocolate in my peanut butter," and then the other guy's like, "He got peanut butter in my chocolate," and then all of a sudden that guy Officer Reese shows up. He's like, "Officer Reese's here," and he fucking tastes it, and he just fucking shoots them both.
Yeah, that's true. Chocolate and peanut butter is one of the best things on earth.
Absolutely. But just like little shit like that is what made that show great. And they were very smart. And I love Seth MacFarlane to this day. I think he's a super talented motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I remember, would it go 2 seasons before it got canceled?
Mm.
And I remember, I watched every episode, and then it got canceled. And the DVD sales, alone, that people purchased was enough to renew the show for Fox, which has never happened in the history of television. I like to say that I was part of that movement as well. I remember buying the DVDs as soon as they came out, and I was fucking amped. I watched them so many times.
That was when people still bought DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all about owning the seasons.
I wonder why they were canceled.
I was edgy. It was just too edgy.
Gotcha.
They weren't ready for this yet. Like we were kind of desensitizing ourselves to humor.
So they could have potentially been picked up by Adult Swim or something.
Yeah, it's obviously a different world. Adult Swim is very fucking edgy, and now you can get away with shit on FX later in the night or whatever. They would definitely get picked up, but they kind of actually probably helped create that stuff.
Sure. What came out first, Family Guy or South Park?
South Park.
So how many seasons is Simpsons on now?
Simpsons is the longest running, and I'm surprised none of us did South Park. That was a good call.
I was surprised.
I totally forgot about that. I don't watch South Park though. Every South Park episode, every South Park episode I watch is fucking hilarious. But I just don't.
It's still
really
funny. Even the new shit in the pandemic special. It was.
Yeah,
but I just don't watch it enough. I don't watch anything enough.
I'll say that for some reason South Park's humor never spoke to me. Like to this day, I was like, I feel like I should like it, and I've watched enough episodes to know, but it just doesn't speak to me in the same way that Family Guy did.
I agree in a way, but thing about South Park is they're just up on all the current events, so it stays fresh and it's always funny because it's always what's going on currently.
Right. Yeah. The one where they build the fucking ladder to heaven or stairway to heaven, and then the Japanese try to they're like, we are building a stairway to heaven, and they race to build a stairway to heaven, and they just want to get to heaven to see if they one of the kids had concert tickets in his pockets. They're trying to get concert tickets, some fucking stupid shit. And then the one with the Kyle, I think, or the little kid Ike was sleeping with his teacher, and the guy's like, "You're sleeping with your teacher? Nice."
See, I think the animation of South Park is the weakest link.
Yeah, I think that turns a lot of people off.
Well, that's why they're able to crank out the episodes so fast, too.
It's true.
Because of the style of animation they do.
Yeah, they're doing some Hanna-Barbera shit.
Yeah, for sure. I think it takes them, 7 days or less than that to make an episode?
Which that's insane.
Obviously, when you're doing animation like Family Guy, it's naturally going to take longer.
Well, didn't Simpsons come out with a new episode every week? I mean, there was a season, I guess. But
I want to give you that information, but you're just going to have to wait till we talk about it. Perhaps.
Nowadays, you're lucky to get 10 episodes in a season.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. All right, well, does anyone have anything else they want to say about Family Guy?
Don't.
Just keep doing what you do, whether it's Family Guy or new movies.
I mean, I got to say they're maintaining quality, too. I saw an episode not too long ago where they needed a new mayor, obviously, because Adam West died. And they had fucking Sam Elliott be the mayor. And they had to go approach him, and he had a mustache ranch up in the countryside. Peter's like, "Can I play with him?" And he just jumps in the tank, and the mustaches are jumping all over him. There's another part where Peter's in bed with Lois, and she's like, she's kind of turned on by Sam Elliott. She's like, "Peter, be a cowboy tonight." And the next thing she looks over, and he's in a fucking clown cowboy rodeo outfit. He's like, "This isn't what you had in mind, is it?"
You got to get Lois. Good job.
Yeah. Good shit.
She's awesome. I love her, by the way. She's great.
Yeah.
The actress, by the way. No,
all right. Well, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, Family Guy. We'll keep watching.
Seth MacFarlane, Rhode Island.
I won't probably keep watching, but I would. I would if I had more time.
Gotcha. All right. I want to talk about Batman, the animated series. Now, this show ran from September 5th, 1992 to September 15th, 1995. So it came out when I was 12, and, I'd always loved fucking comic books and action figures and shit when I was a kid. So, I mean, the way Batman was portrayed in this show just fucking spoke to me so much. Him constantly in the shadows and the fucking dope-ass theme music at the beginning, and it was just the ultimate show for me at that age. Yeah, either you gents fuck with Batman at all?
Yes, sir.
I watched it occasionally. I didn't catch it all the time.
Sure. I caught it pretty much every day after school. I mean, it was developed by Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. It had Kevin Conroy as the iconic voice of Batman, who later came back to reprise his fucking voice in video games and shit and other Batman shows. We also had fucking Mark Hamill with the legendary voice of the Joker in that show, and man, he fucking killed it. He is the voice of the Joker as far as I'm concerned.
He does a lot of voice acting.
He really wants to be the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, I think he did the voice in Arkham Asylum too, the video games. And if you listen real carefully, the villain Clayface was voiced by the legendary Ron Perlman.
Hellboy.
Yeah, I went back.
Ugly.
I went back and watched a couple episodes of Batman for this show, and I just
that research.
Yeah, I just put together a couple of my favorites. There was the Two-Face episodes, two-parter where you see, fucking Batman's friendship with Harvey Dent and his descent into madness and the accident that turns him into the fucking iconic Clayface.
Does Tommy Lee Jones play him?
Tommy Lee Jones is not in this episode.
David Eckhart.
I thought it was Aaron Eckhart.
Yes, that's right.
I also watch Heart of Ice, which is the introduction of Mr. Freeze, and his wife has fucking cancer and she's dying, and he fucking cryogenically freezes her and gets all fucked up in the process trying to research, becomes Mr. Freeze.
That's heavy.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep episode. I mean, you got to think I'm like 12 watching this shit, and it's like, wow, this is some fucking crazy storytelling aimed at my age demographic.
Seriously.
And then there was the Feet of Clay, which was the Clayface episodes, and he was just a fucking badass character. He could turn his hands into fucking any knife or stabbing weapon that he wants to, and he has a great showdown with Cape Crusader. So yeah, Batman, guys, I was all about it.
I definitely watched it. Like I said, like Seamus, I mean, I watched it a bunch, but not like religiously. I haven't seen every episode, but I definitely remembered Mark Hamill's Joker, and I remember the animation. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I haven't seen all the episodes. What was it? You said 3 seasons?
Yeah, it was a long running animation show for them. But I mean, there was a shitload of episodes per season. It wasn't just your standard 24. It was fucking like, I don't know, 50 something or something crazy like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yes.
85 total episodes.
How come, like, back in the day, they could pump out so many episodes, and now, like I said, we're lucky to get 10 episodes a season.
Right.
I guess the production's a lot.
And it's like rehash shit
now.
Well, if you guys had watched a hit movie, Wall-E, you'll know how slovenly we're all about to become anyway. So that movie is, that's the future, guys. Eva.
Gonna be on welfare.
Well, yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I think we'll all get a condominium together, and it's gonna be great.
Great.
It's all right.
It's all good, man.
All right, Seamus, what do you want to talk about, brother?
Talk about an old one that actually wasn't even supposed to be watching. Like, actually, my mom didn't even want me to watch MTV when I was younger. I want to talk about Beavis and Butthead. It was a very edgy show back in the day. Remember a lot of OG Karens really didn't appreciate the show at all. So it was juvenile, but it had some charm to it.
Absolutely.
Actually, MTV pulled it from the air shortly after it premiered. It's not because of any controversy. It's because the animation staff couldn't keep up with the demand for new material.
MTV was like the Wild West back then, though, for real. I mean, they had that and Liquid Television, and fucking Aeon Flux and all that shit. Like,
I used to love that shit.
Yeah,
I think it premiered on Liquid Television, to be honest.
It's coming back, isn't it?
Yes, I just read something on it. In 2020, it got renewed. So I'm looking forward. And it's supposed to be like now like a Gen X version of it. So I'm actually.
Is it still Mike Judge?
Checking it out. I imagine. That's a good question.
Yeah, Mike Judge is the man, dude. He's pumped up a lot of good shit. Silicon Valley's great. Fucking King of the Hill's great. Shit.
Yeah, I guess he used to improvise most of the dialogue during the music videos because he voiced the characters.
Beavis and Butthead was the first time I heard Ween.
Yeah, that's when they make fun of Push Up the Daisies.
Push Up the Daisies, right? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I guess
shout out to Ween.
Were named after kids that lived in Mike Judge's neighborhood. Bobby Beavis was kind of an athletic kid that lived 3 blocks from Judge. But there was also a 12-year-old who called himself Iron Butt because he claimed to never get injured from a kick to the posterior, who had a friend called Butthead. Do you guys remember when Beavis Butt was blamed for that 5-year-old kid who set a fire in the Ohio home, which ended up killing his little 2-year-old sister?
And they blamed it on Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah, the mother said it was because of their love of fire and arson and blamed the show. Maybe you shouldn't have let your 5-year-old kid watch Beavis and Butthead.
Right.
So don't try and put your blame elsewhere because you're a bad parent.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
At least when I was watching it, I was old enough to take it into my own hands. I mean, I didn't need to be supervised.
Well, I will say that very news report, Seamus, is the reason my parents stopped letting me watch fucking Beavis and Butthead. It was
because it wasn't on the radar until this.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they didn't give a shit what I watched. I mean, I don't understand. Like, all right, here's Friday the 13th, all those movies, and here's Predator. Oh, check out Hellraiser. We're gonna draw the line at Beavis and Butthead because they talk about fire. It's like, now, did I get in trouble a couple summers later for playing with fire, melt my action figures into new action figures? Absolutely. Was Beavis and Butthead the inspiration? I don't know.
I won't say it did or it wasn't. Or it was the reason that I burned and blew up and destroyed all my G.I. Joes, but could have led some credence to that. I guess Marlon Brando was a Beavis and Butthead fan.
No shit.
Yeah, according to Mike Judge, Johnny Depp told him that Depp and Brando would imitate Beavis and Butthead, with Depp as Beavis and Brando as Butthead. And this occurred when the two worked together during 1994's Don Juan DeMarco. And Matt Groening, as well, was a fan of Beavis and Butthead.
Is it graining or groaning?
I don't know. I was just going to ask the same damn thing.
I think it's groaning.
Yeah, I don't know why I called that.
No, well, a lot of people confuse it with graining because I was like when I was doing a little research, I was like, is it groaning or graining?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, apparently he claimed that he liked the show because it took the heat off of Bart Simpson being responsible for the downfall of Western civilization.
That's fantastic. All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing that shit come back and seeing what they do with it. Anything else you guys want to say about La Beavis and La Butthead?
La Beavis and La Butthead.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Gen Z Beavis and Butthead.
Word. All right, Greg, why don't you hit us with your next pick?
All right, September 17th, 2009, FXX, created by Adam Reed. I'm talking about Archer. One of the smartest cartoons I've seen, and it's just one of the funniest as well. Fucking love Archer.
Great animation, too. Yeah, I love that show, too.
Yeah. I actually saw a trailer for one of the newer episodes, and it looks fucking great as ever. So I think I might actually dive back in.
Get back into that too.
Yeah. I made it like 6. I made it past the space season, and maybe I think I did I don't know if the water season's before the space season.
I don't think I made it to the space season. I think it was the season before.
Yeah, I think Bryan Cranston's in the space season, I believe. Archer, starring Massachusetts' own H. John Benjamin, Worcester, Mass. 55 years old. Fucking love H. John. He's in so many fucking Dr. Katz as the son. He's probably my favorite voice. Like, he makes me laugh anytime. Fucking and Family Guy.
Yeah, great delivery. Yep.
Yeah, dry humor.
Yeah, like the scene he's got in Family Guy with Event Horizon. He's like, but I just saw Event Horizon. He's like, oh, you did? We got to talk about it. We got to talk about every scene.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. Aisha Tyler, what up? Judy Greer, who is also fucking hilarious as well. Yeah, fucking Carol, cast. Cheryl. Lucky Yates plays Krieger. Adam Reed, the creator, plays Ray. Hey, y'all. And my favorite, Amber Nash, Pam, Sploosh. She's fucking awesome. She's one of the best characters. I mean, Archer's awesome, too. That episode where he has cancer and he's just going around, like, fucking killing everybody for making fun of his bald head or whatever.
And Barry.
Oh, yeah, fucking Barry. That's how you get ants. Dave Willis, who is, I believe he is, he's definitely a writer for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force and all that shit. But yeah,
Nice. Yeah, great cast on that show.
smart show. If you haven't seen Archer, I'm sure most of our audience has, because that's our fan base. I'm sure you've seen Archer. If you haven't, fucking get it. Like I said, Jessica Walter, R.I.P. the mother.
Yeah, for sure. She was hilarious too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
My first exposure to like Adam Reed and most of the cast from that show probably was C-Lab 2021. Did you guys ever catch that shit?
No, I think you had told me about that though, because that's H. John as well, right?
Yeah, show's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard multiple, but I think Rick, my roommate, watches that. Or watched that, I should say. It's not going on now. It's an older show, but yeah, I've heard that as well.
But I think I've seen it. I think it just looked weird.
It was weird.
It's got similar animation to Archer, though, right?
Yeah. It's
Muted,
the same. It's the same style of comedy too. It's just,
but it was less colorful.
Well, it was meant to look like a fucking Hanna-Barbera cartoon,
Right?
Yeah, so check that shit as well.
Yeah,
you can catch all the episodes on HBO, I believe.
Oh, shout out to H. John. Get it. And Adam Reed. I think Dr. Katz is very underrated as well. I mean, it was kind of like, but he's just a therapist talking to comedians. And then, of course, H. John was his son. And I thought his son was the fucking funniest one of all of them. He was so fucked up.
Yeah. I used to catch Dr. Katz and The Critic back to back. That was a great little anime.
I love fucking John Lovitz. And that's another shout out. That's a great show too. The Critic.
Yeah,
I forgot
the show
about that
holds
one.
up too. I watched an episode not too long ago, and it was fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, so that comes back to me then, boys.
Coming back around again.
I'm going to talk about probably like the show that had like the most inspiration on like a young developing me and like my art style. It was the Ren and Stimpy show, also just known as Ren and Stimpy, created by John Cristofalusi and originally produced by Spumco for Nickelodeon. Premiered August 11th, 1991 and ended October 20th, 1996.
Great years.
Another great show that I loved and I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Oh, well, nobody our age should have been watching that show because it had so many fucking sexual innuendos, so much like crazy violence and fucked up scenarios. Like,
it was definitely a disgusting show.
No, it was not a good show for developing minds. That was my favorite part. It was, it was my favorite part about it. Like just the gross out close up animation shots. Like the episode where fucking Ren loses all his teeth and he just has the nerve endings hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
God.
Definitely like a very strange show. It was bizarre. I liked it.
Oh, it was disgusting. Powdered Toast Man who would fucking like powdered toast the fly.
Yeah, Powdered Toast Man was
there was just so many random things in that show.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, very controversial at the time, too. Unfortunately, the creator, John Cristofalusi, is a fucking huge piece of shit. Like, fucking just grooming girls to come. And he's like, yeah, come animate for the show. I'll teach you stuff. And then just, like, hooking up with young girls. And, I mean, it was fucked up, man. He's not a good person. He was such a control freak about the show. And, like they'd scrap entire episodes. And, like, they couldn't keep up with the demand as well. Like, Nickelodeon's like, we need more fucking episodes. We're re-showing the same fucking, like, 10 episodes for, like, a year now. And that eventually, like, he wouldn't even talk to Nickelodeon. He'd just have his fucking attorney talk to him. That's why he was eventually let go and fucking new people took over. Billy West took over for the characters' voices after Cristofalusi left. And went on to go, do Ren and Stimpy through the rest of the series.
I don't know if I ever caught, like, the newer renditions.
Yeah, well, there was a Spike TV version that came out that lasted 2 episodes because it was supposed to be for adults, and it just didn't work the same way,
Would you notice the voice change actor?
No, he took over and John Cristofalusi only lasted 1 season as a creator in the voice. So seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all done by Billy West. He was an amazing and still is an amazing voice actor. You couldn't tell the difference. The show was also huge. It inspired fucking actually Beavis and Butthead, South Park, SpongeBob.
I was gonna say I would want to say it inspired SpongeBob because it's definitely like a similar humor. Like SpongeBob does a lot of fucked up shit like that too, with like him like fucking getting the moisture sucked out of his sponge or whatever, and his eyes fucking like there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens to SpongeBob.
Yeah. Definitely very similar art animation style.
Yeah, I went through and I watched an episode of Ren and Stimpy just to remind myself of how fucked up it was. The beginning of this episode, like Stimpy and Ren are like starving, and Stimpy like goes to show Ren goes to show Stimpy how hungry he is, and like peels his chest cavity open. You can see his entire internal system, like his organs and shit. And then Stimpy does the same thing, and it's just like he just has layers of fat underneath his skin. Fucking, they see a thing of hog jowls, which is pig faces, cooling on a windowsill, being guarded by a pet baboon. Fucking, they try to go get the hog jowls. Like fucking Stimpy peels his skin off and tries to crawl towards the hog jowls to disguise himself on the plate. Throws his skin off and he gets mauled by the baboon. Fucking Ren puts a puppet on his hand of a female baboon and gets dragged through the yard and married to the puppet. And then Stimpy puts on a disguise so he looks like a woman, and he goes up to the house to go get the hog jowls, and the dad comes out and he's like, "Oh, honey, it's your turn to go hang out with the baboon." He's like, "What's the point of having a primate if you can't get mauled every once in a while?" Like, it's just so fucked up. And watching it now, it's just like, what the fuck? It's like, no wonder I'm so fucked up now. Like, this is what molded me as a child.
I mean, hey, at least you recognize it.
Stimpy was a cat, right?
He was a cat, yes. Yeah. Ren was inspired by some famous picture of a Chihuahua in New York, and that's where the inspiration came from. And they were originally just a segment on another show that was being pitched to Nickelodeon. And like, well, we don't like the show, but we like the Ren and Stimpy. Like, let's keep them. And that's where they developed the show from.
Oh, shit.
It's funny, Ren, was Mexican, but he had like a Finnish or Dutch last name or something like that.
Owick. Ren Owick. Oh, man. They had the episode where fucking the Happy Joy episode, where fucking Stimpy's brother comes down from Sweden, and they play the famous board game Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence. Like,
yes,
don't whiz on the electric fence.
Some catchy songs like Log.
Ah, yeah, man. Log rolls downstairs, a loner in pairs, or over your neighbor's dog. What's scary for a snack and fits on your back? It's log, log, log. It's log, it's log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, log. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love a log. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log. Log, log, log. So that's all I got to say about Ren and Stimpy. Just thanks for the memories and for turning me into the man that I am today.
Sure, definitely shouldn't have been on during the day on a children's network, but it's a good show.
All right, Seamus. Well, back to you, brother.
I want to talk about Bob's Burgers, another H. John Benjamin. It's just got such a great voice for, and you wouldn't even like picture, what is, especially like Archer, how just strong jawed and is international spy, and then you look at him in real life.
Yeah,
he just doesn't picture the characters he like. Well, Bob, but yeah, in Bob's case, he kind of does, but this is another strange show with strange characters, and I love Luis. Luis and Tina are great characters.
Yeah, I love fucking Tina. That dude Dawson who plays her, he's fucking so fucking funny. He's just so dry.
And even Gene's just messed up, the son.
He's the dude who wrote that essay about that, or he wrote some fucking thing to the paper in Portsmouth because he got like a ridiculous parking ticket in Portsmouth.
Is that Eugene Merman?
Yeah.
I guess when the show was first pitched, they had a slightly different vision for the family. He imagined the Belchers as cannibals with their restaurant serving as a cover for their dietary habits, which actually showed up in one of the episodes. Remember correctly, they were shut down because they thought there was something around that they thought they were serving human flesh as burgers.
That was awesome when they had the Archer crossover.
Yeah, there was actually a few between both shows, I think.
Yeah, the very first one when they wake up and it's he's flipping burgers as Archer. It's where the fuck am I?
yeah.
It's just awesome. Yeah, Bob's Burgers is great. I've probably seen the first 2 or 3 seasons of Bob Burgers, but I know it's fucking still going strong.
I'm just saying I haven't watched it lately, but another one I would like to get back to and catch up.
Yeah,
just not enough time.
It's definitely a great show, and Louise is great. I think a lot of people think she's annoying, Kristen Shaw, but I fucking love her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Last Man on Earth, Will Forte. Let's go.
I guess there's an official Bob's Burger comic book.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've never seen. And there's a actual Bob's Burgers restaurant in Westminster, California.
Well, what are we still doing here?
Let's go get it.
I'd go for sure. I don't eat burgers, but
yeah, because if you're gonna eat burgers, you gotta go to California to eat in and motherfucking out.
Why would I go all the way to California for that?
I'm saying when you're in California, because they're the shit, dude. The In-N-Out burgers are the bomb.
Is the name imply you get in the restaurant, then you go out, or how fast it travels through your digestive tract?
It's actually fucking good, man. It's the best burger I've had, other than Wild Willie's. It's quick, it's easy, and it's fast. They're out there in the parking lot, dressed in their In-N-Out burger uniforms, taking your order. So by the time you get to the fucking window, your shit's ready. But they have lines down the fucking street, but it's fast. That place is the shit, dude. It's awesome.
So they're basically just trying to tell you don't have to wait.
Yeah, I basically, the first 10 nights at I was in California, I think I had In-N-Out burger fucking 7 times. And I was just all about let's get In-N-Out burger again. Let's get it again.
Was that your first time having it when you went to California?
Yeah, it was fucking amazing. Yeah, it's only in California. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how it hasn't been
I feel like I've seen it out of California.
I mean, it's in the West Coast. So you might have seen it on the West Coast, but it's not anywhere on the East Coast.
But maybe, I don't know. I've been to California a few times, so maybe I do remember just seeing it there. I don't know.
Oh, so good. It's so fucking good. The fries are good too. They're legit.
Word. I've never watched Bob. I mean, I've watched a couple episodes of Bob's Burgers. I feel like I'm supposed to like it. I just can't get into it. I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah, I think you'd like it if you gave it another chance.
Sure.
I don't believe you watched any.
Greg, speak on it.
I mean, graining, groaning, greening. We don't know. 32 seasons, that's all I do know. The goggles do nothing.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
That's even animation aside, it's got to be the longest running.
Like I said, when Mel was visiting last time, we rewatched a shit ton. We were just fucking binging it. And like I said, even the older ones, it just stood the test of time. I was surprised. I was God damn, I just forgot how good this show really is.
I take it back. I mean, there's probably soap operas, General Hospital's probably been on longer. I don't know. Is that show even still on?
No, Simpsons is the leader of the pack, I believe. I'll get to that. So 1987, April 19th, it was a short on the Tracy Ullman Show, and after 3 seasons of that, it developed into a 30-minute animated show. It's a satirical depiction of American life, epitomized by the Simpson family, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and that was a pacifier, that was Maggie. In Springfield, it made its debut on December 17th, 1989, and it is the longest-running American animated series. It's the longest-running American sitcom, and it's the longest-running American scripted primetime TV series. Also,
how many episodes?
Fuck, I thought I saw... Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, boom. Renewed on 3/31/21 for season 33 and 34. And that will be increasing the episode count from 706 to 750.
Shit, son.
And on the July 27th, 07, Simpsons movie came out and grossed $527 million, and there's been in talks about having another season coming. I mean, another movie coming out as well.
I don't know. Days of Our Lives has like 56 seasons and 14,000 episodes.
Holy fuck! Well, Jesus Christ,
These are the days of our lives.
good luck. I mean, who's catching that? It's like Tom Brady. They're the Tom Brady of soap operas.
Yeah. I'm reading here, season 56.
Woo!
I don't know.
Get out of here. I've seen fucking 56 seconds of that show, and it's fucking terrible.
Then it says episode 208, though, but on Wikipedia, this is 14,000.
I feel like every mom or housewife or fucking house dad who are watching that, they're like, I know it's terrible, but I still watch it. Like my mom used to say that shit all the time when I was younger. Like, I know it's bad, but I still watch it. I just like it. It's like, oh my God.
This soap celebrated its 14,000th episode on December 17th, 2020.
Jesus.
I wonder how many times they've done the same story, plot or whatever. I feel like they've probably done it a dozen times over, but in a different iteration.
People being passed around like meat.
I feel like, I a lot of babysitters as a kid, and my parents would drop me off, or my mom would drop me off rather, and they're like, all right, great, we're gonna have a great super duper day together, bye now. And then my mom's like, all right, bye, love you guys. And then as soon as the doors close, they're like, all right, now shut the fuck up, my stories are on.
Sounds all right.
Felt like that was a reality to me back then, maybe.
Fucking soaps, bro. Yeah, they're pretty shitty.
They're awful. The acting is terrible.
But any favorite memories? One of my favorite quotes, obviously the goggles do nothing, but when Homer is trying to impersonate Mr. Burns, and he goes up and he's like, hello, my name is Mr. Burns. And he's like, all right, Mr. Burns, what's your first name? And he's like, I don't know. Or the Moo Moo one where he was just too fat. He got the Moo Moo and he got fat, and he was like, sorry, your fingers are too fat to die.
Yeah. He set up that little bird that would just keep tapping the keyboard. And then that caused a nuclear meltdown.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, such a great show. Fucking, like I say, my favorite character would be fucking Mr. Burns. He's such a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Oh, man. The shit with Ned Flanders, whenever he takes off his shirt to mow the lawn or whatever, he just fucking totally cut.
Yeah. Stupid Flanders.
Yeah.
Stupid sexy bodies.
Yeah, and of course, every fucking Halloween episode delivered. There was always a thing. Oh shit, it's Simpsons Halloween. Let's
Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, Treehouse of Horror. Let's get the popcorn ready.
That was another time my life was censored as a child, because obviously it came on when I was young. My parents would let me watch it, but my mom was like, you can't watch the Halloween one. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Really? How do they know about the Halloween ones?
I don't know, man.
They were watching it in secret. They weren't telling you. They were actually
parental networking. I don't know.
One of the best ones is when it was the zombie one, and she's like, you shot Zombie Flanders. He's like, oh, he was a zombie? They come up to him and they're like, brains, and they just tap on his head. They're like, brains, and they just move fucking on and leave Homer alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So many great characters, so many memorable episodes. It's something it's like comfort food almost. You can always come back to it. It doesn't matter where you are. In the Simpsons universe, just put it on and it's still there.
Fucking Ralph Wiggum.
So many precognitive tellings of the future.
Right.
I remember an episode where there were two FBI agents laying on the hood of a car. And they're like, is there anything puffier than a cloud? And they're like, Well, if there is, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, what about Police Cops? Fucking when like Homer Simpson, it comes out and like Homer Simpson's like this fucking badass like character and shit, and then like and that's the pilot, and then when the show comes out, they like completely rewrite the whole show, and it's like he's a fucking like bumbling fool, but he like went out and bought all the scarves and shit, and like his catchphrase was like, "What's your catchphrase, Homer?" They're like, "Oh, SpaghettiOs." And then like Carl's like, "Do it, Homer, do it. Say, oh, SpaghettiOs." And of course, Carl and Lenny, come on, don't get anything in his eye. I wasn't supposed to get pudding in my eye.
One of the greats of my collection of action figures is I have the Carl and Lenny Simpsons characters.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, that wraps up for Simpsons then, I take it.
Do you think, Simpsons? Get it.
I'm just going to talk about, real quick, I want to talk about the X-Men animated series that I watched as a kid. It was another one of those shows that was on like right after I got home, so I'd have a fucking like Batman, X-Men block to watch when I got home, and just seeing Wolverine do his thing as a young man, and, you know.
I think the new episodes were on Saturday morning, weren't they?
Yeah, that and Spider-Man
catching that
too.
every Saturday morning. I
Yeah.
love X-Men.
Yeah, the show was great. They had some pretty, epic stories in it. Like fucking, they did the Phoenix Saga, which was like a fucking, I think 7 parts or some shit like that. You know,
That
which
was a great
didn't,
show.
didn't happen a lot in TV shows when we were that young. I mean, they did a whole Weapon X thing, showing Wolverine's origin, and
They covered a lot in that show, and I don't even think it was that long of a running show, but
it was actually one of the longest lasting series on Fox Kids. And one of the most acclaimed and successful to date.
Even like, you know, the Sentinels were badass in that. Like,
Yeah, they were.
the story arc there.
Yeah, but they had, well, also in the first episode, they had one of the main characters die right in the first episode, which is, you know, not
Who
something
was
that happened. It was Morph.
Ricky!
That's all I just remember Wolverine saying that a bunch of times in the episode. Morph.
R.I.P. Morph.
Yeah. He comes back.
Of course
Comes
he
back,
is.
and Mr. Sinister brings him back to life and messes with the whole team dynamic and shit. And, you know, but it was just a great show. I mean,
It was. They had a lot of good characters that they brought into the show.
Yeah.
Not that they don't have a lot they can pull from, but
Well, now,
they were-
you know, at least it was straightforward then. Now X-Men is so convoluted you can't even jump in any of the issue 1 of the new series because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
Cyclops has died like a dozen times.
Is-
Professor X is a shadow.
Is X-Men part of the MCU?
Supposedly it's coming for this next phase. We're supposed to
So
be
they're going to pull them into the fold? That's because Disney bought Fox or whatever?
Yeah, Disney, whatever, they worked out whatever with Fox. And yeah, I guess they're setting shit up now, and like you're starting to see rumblings of mutants being made, and
The MCU is just getting hard to keep track of. But I would like to see X-Men coming back into the fold.
Yeah, like I said, and Loki opens up a lot, like with like the whole fucking time shit and stuff. That's like, it like opens up a fucking shit ton of stuff they can do.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to go there for that time shit just to make it convoluted. They were actually doing a pretty good job keeping the timeline together.
Loki wasn't super confusing. I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't that hard to follow. I think you'll dig it. Give it a couple episodes. It picks up, but if you haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'd watch that first. That shit's awesome.
Watch it first because it will matter in the timeline, or just
because it's better, and probably, I guess, I don't know. I don't think that really has anything to do. I didn't notice any,
because the Lokis stepped out of the timeline and just they went off track and do what they want. I mean, I'm just saying. That was just one episode. I'm sure they probably pull it together and work over it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I think that guy is one of the better actors in the MCU.
Oh, I agree. I like the guy that plays him.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of those, like, I mean, a lot of those guys are great and getting a lot of stuff,
Yeah, no, they did a good job casting on him, but yeah, he's definitely probably one of the better.
Yep. And like I said, I like the Loki character, even though he's kind of getting shit on and stuff. And I just thought, like, this one made me laugh too. There was some fucking funny ass shit there, and Owen Wilson was great.
Yeah, I've always liked Loki too. Even in, other, not even just the MCU, he's always been, an intriguing character or demigod or whatever.
Yeah, just keep on. Yeah, it's good.
Trickster.
Yep.
All right. Well, I believe Seamus had one more he wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about probably my current favorite cartoon that I watch, and it's Rick and Morty, Adult Swim. It's just such a witty, that watched all the animation's amazing. I think every episode is hilarious and entertaining. It basically taps into your imagination, all the things that, it goes so many different places, so many different dimensions and planets and aliens, and it's just a very creative show.
So many possibilities.
Endless.
Yeah. I fought it.
I love all the fight scenes in that show and shit. They're hilarious.
Yeah, like just Rick has just always got something up his sleeve. He's always got a device or a way out of it, or he's basically he's almost like a god on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I fought that like I fought Stranger Things. I'm like, it was just so popular. I was like, I don't want to fucking watch it. And then like when I watched it, like totally lived up to the hype. Fucking super smart show and like right up our alley for our humor.
I just think it's getting better.
Yeah.
And even though it's not really like a show that goes in a linear level, but there's still like, it does kind of like follow. It's not like every episode's like all got its own story, but it also kind of like still stays on us, all pulls it all together in some ways.
It's got good character building as well too. I mean, like you recognize the characters and like you get to, I don't know. I think obviously Rick and Morty are the main characters, but you get to know the family a little bit more, and they get a little more episode time. I love fucking the Jerry. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Roiland, the creator, voices both Rick and Morty, plus like half the characters on the show. He's a super talented guy. I think.
Yeah, totally.
I guess the show it was based on like a parody of Back to the Future.
Makes sense.
Doc and Marty. Yeah, I didn't really know that.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, you see the animation, you can almost see that too with the fucking crazy hair and.
Yeah, I guess he had done a series of shorts called The Real Animated Adventures of Doc and Marty, and he was basically like pushing the limits, seeing if they were going to like sue him or shut him down. And so yeah, Rick is the grandfather of the family. He's basically he's like not known as a very good father. He's got his daughter has daddy issues because I guess he hadn't been with the Smiths for long. I guess he joined. Apparently, according to the creators, he joined the family only 1 month before the pilot, after being absent from his daughter's life for 20 years. So he just all of a sudden popped back in their life and moved in with them.
Fantastic.
That's an interesting fact about the Back to the Future stuff because it's almost like you said. He just like it's like the same thing, but you just like push it to the limits. It's like Back to the Future, push to the limits, like insane. Like that's awesome.
I mean, that show is insane. Pushes to the limits. You don't see your imagination. It's just very creative, very edgy. Definitely a mature show.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Jerry. Even Jerry with Chris Parnell's voice. Voiced by Chris Parnell, the father.
Would you like to design an app?
He's just such a funny character in itself.
Fucking alien with the
pushover. I guess Bryan Cranston auditioned for the role of Jerry.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't think he would have had a good Jerry.
I think he would have been a good Jerry, but he just wouldn't be Chris Parnell.
Yeah, Chris Parnell's just got that voice. I think Bryan Cranston could have been a good Jerry, but Chris Parnell's just got that very.
Because Bryan Cranston's fucking got the comedy chops too. I mean, he was obviously in Malcolm in the Middle, and he was in Seinfeld as well, and he fucking killed it.
I agree. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not even that Jerry's that funny; his character's funny.
No, Chris Parnell, yeah, he does have that voice though. You're right. Like he has almost got that H. John Benjamin voice, where like,
It's very distinctive.
Yeah, very distinctive, very good voice actor.
And he was on Walk Hard. Shout out to Dewey Cox.
Actually, there's 4 seasons of the show now, and I think after season 3, they were renewed for 70 more episodes, so it's hugely popular. They're on top of their game, and they're just still loving doing the show. The creators don't want it to end. They're having fun.
Yeah, fucking rules. Show's awesome.
Right on, yeah. Dan Harmon holding it down. You guys, busy guy.
Yes, Justin Roiland pitched 3 different animated shows to Fox, before he, Dan Harmon approached him and brought him in.
No shit. Good deal, yo.
Because Dan Harmon's like huge in like Adult Swim, right? He does a lot of shit.
Yeah, he does a lot in general. Community. He wrote Community and all that shit.
That's right.
You guys should check out when they crank call Joe Olstein as Rick Sanchez, and like I got a lot of money. I want to talk to Joe Olstein.
Check that out.
It's fucking hilarious.
Actually, Dan Harmon, I did read that, and that made me want to go check out Community, and the fact that you've spoken highly of it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Good stuff.
I enjoy it.
Good stuff. All right, well, anything you guys want to say in parting?
I like turtles.
No, I'm good. I want to talk about Disney for a moment.
Well, all
Disney,
right.
Like live action remakes, all the cartoons, the uncreativity and greed of Disney, where they just kind of remake all the same shit because they just want money.
Okay.
And the MCU is starting to turn into the same shit. Seeing a lineup for the MCU coming out. What's that?
I said they are owned by Disney.
Yeah, they're just like, so there's a whole list of like the Jungle Book, 1994. The animation was older. They remade that. 101 Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians, 1996, 102 Dalmatians, year 2000, Alice in Wonderland, 2010, Maleficent, 2014, Cinderella, 2015, Alice Through the Looking Glass, 2016, The Jungle Book again in 2016, Pete's Dragon, 2016.
Let's go with that. Come on.
Yeah, it wasn't good. The remake was terrible. The live action was awful.
I just want a fucking apple steamed by a dragon right now.
Beauty and the Beast, 2017. That one was kind of funny. I mean, I liked Garcon's character in it. He was funny. And the guy that played him was good. But most of these aren't that good. Christopher Robin, 2018. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 2019. The Lion King, 2019. Aladdin, 2019. Dumbo, 2019. Lady and the Tramp, 2019. 2019 was a lot of live-action remakes. Mulan, 2020. Cruella, 2021. And upcoming, we got The Little Mermaid, TBD. Snow White, The Seven Dwarfs, TBD. Lilo and Stitch, TBD. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, TBD. Pinocchio, Bambi, Robin Hood, Hercules, Peter Pan, and Wendy.
So what you're saying is they running shit.
Right. The greed of Disney.
I mean, yeah, pretty soon they're going to be fucking flying to space. They're just going to launch the fucking Magical Kingdom into space.
Launch
Well,
Bezos, Musk, and all the Disney into one rocket. And not let them back.
Let them fucking colonize Mars.
Take your money out there, see what good it does you.
The money does nothing.
Well, Seamus, obviously it's hard to come up with original ideas because everything's been done, so you might as well just regurgitate what you know and sell it to a new audience.
All right, I didn't realize it was that crazy. But I mean, Cruella's not really a remake. I mean, Cruella's kind of an original thing, and I heard it was actually good. But
okay, but stop right there. Is Cruella someone we want to glorify?
No, exactly. I'm not saying that.
I don't understand.
I mean,
that
me
one.
personally, yeah, let's glorify her.
There was 101 Dalmatians was the remake, and then they did 102 Dalmatians, and then Cruella. It's not that it's a remake of the original; it's the fact that they just keep using the same story. Obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them doing a remake of making a live action movie, but like to do all of them and get so greedy is it's kind of
to do them is one thing. To do them good is another.
It's all part of a shared universe, guys. Pretty soon the Seven Dwarves are going to be in Marvel. Luke Skywalker is going to be in X-Men. Like
another thing that Disney's going to fucking ruin is Star Wars. They're going to keep pumping that shit out.
What do you mean it's going to ruin?
MCU.
Star Wars has been kind of weak.
Disney is the best and the worst thing that ever happened to Star Wars.
Hey, you know what? I get a Boba Fett show, all right? That's all I care about.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
It hasn't come out yet, Seamus.
He's going back to the future.
Is there going to be a Boba Fett show?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, nice. I thought you were just talking about the Mandalorian.
If you caught all of the Mandalorian, you would have known that.
Boba Fett.
Why does he come in at the end, Boba Fett?
Seamus, the whole
Spoiler
second
alert.
season is pretty much Boba Fett.
Yay!
Does he actually come in, or is he just they talk about him and he's teased?
Bro, it's so much to get into, but Boba Fett's back.
Hey, stop it!
They couldn't get through the first season.
Well,
You're spoiling it. Stop it.
all right, well, keep your eye out.
Obi-Wan does look good, though. I do want to catch that.
Is there a trailer for it?
Yeah, check it out. Looks really good.
Check it out. I will.
Ewan McGregor's back.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor reprises his role,
and guess what? He has the high ground. He has the high ground the whole time.
Oh, shit. Well, I know where he dies, so I know he survived, so it's not going to be that exciting. I'm like, oh, fuck. How is he going to get out of this? Is he really going to? Is he going to use the Force? Maybe.
He's probably not going to die on the Siege show.
Yeah, I'm assuming not, unless it's fucking Obi-Wan, the older years, and then it ends with him dying by Darth Vader. It's just him living out in the fucking Tatooine.
I feel like they should. I feel like they could redo that battle fight scene better.
I think they could do a Obi-Wan show set in Tatooine, but like Cheers, you know?
When he's just the hermit and he's not actually doing
they all go to the cantina to drink. You got funny adventures and social commentary, and it's going to be great.
What about a spin-off, a Hoey One Kenobi?
I don't think anybody needs that, Greg.
I mean, I'm a Padawan. I'm ready to learn.
I feel like there's enough Greg out there as it is.
I am a Greg with 1 G, so maybe that is for a job with a Greg with 2 Gs. Fuck!
You're just always going to be a Padawan to a Greg with 2 Gs.
2G Greg is a fucking Jedi Master, and I'm just a fucking pawn in this game. I'm just a Padawan pawn with the cotton robes. I don't have the nice silk ones. I got cotton ones. And they're fucking itching my legs.
They look very itchy.
It's not even a breathable cotton.
No.
Stinky BO robes.
Ugh.
Nobody wants that. All right, folks. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this conversation. Stay tuned for some other shit. All right, Greg, I understand that you have some Would You Rathers for us today.
Yes. Animated edition.
Ooh.
Okay. Would you rather be married to Lois Griffin, Marge Simpson, Lana Kane, or Phoenix?
I guess probably Lois. She seems pretty handy around the house and stuff.
I'm going with Lana Kane.
I'd hit that.
Hot and life would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be my choice as well. Yay!
Too interesting.
And she would protect me from any intruders.
She got them big hands. Lana! Good answers. Good answers. Okay.
Plus, she's probably loaded.
Yeah, she's a fucking spy / assassin / hot
She's a cartoon, Greg.
I'll take Aisha Taylor.
It's Aisha. I'm thinking about Aisha Taylor, but she's still like drawn close to her, and I swear to God, that cartoon's you can have sex with it somehow. Anyway.
Should have put Jessica Rabbit in there.
Oh shit! Well, that's a movie, though. I should have, though.
You said animation edition.
Yeah, you were correct, sir. I'm fucking idiot.
Jessica Rabbit versus Lana Kane. I want to get in that threesome.
Okay, all right. So it's Sunday. You guys are chilling at the bar, and it's on fire. The bar's on fire. Who would you rather depend on to save your life? Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin?
Boy, I mean, I would love to have those two as drinking buddies.
I feel like Homer is the safer answer. I feel like Peter would just be holding like my charred corpse and, would cut away to him like, oh, thank God I saved you. And then look over and I'd just be like a charred corpse in his hands.
But does Stewie love his father? Would he like devise a way to save him if you were drinking buddies with him?
If you're talking about falling in line with Stewie here, like get buddying up with Stewie.
Well, just being next to his dad and being in a situation where Stewie would put the fire out because it's not Lois. He wants to kill Lois, but I guess he's kind of ambivalent to Peter.
Yeah, he doesn't really. He probably wouldn't he would probably plot to kill him. Yeah, and then he got out and he'd be like, oh well.
Yeah, I think Homer's not quite as moronic as Peter Griffin, so he'd probably be a little more help.
So you both choose Homer?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Homer J. Simpson for the win. Would you rather have a talking dog friend, a talking robot friend, or a talking alien friend? Ryan.
Totally going.
Well, Rocky 2 taught me that the safest bet would be to have a talking robot. And if I have a robot, I'm not going to be under investigation by NASA and the CIA and all. I've seen E.T. I know how that shit ends. The last thing I need is a big plastic dome over my place, my kids being all scared, and their favorite alien being taken away. I don't need that in my life.
See, if you've watched American Dad, you know that he stays under the radar way better than E.T. And I'm going with Alien Friend because I'm curious. I want to know what's out there. I hope we come in contact with aliens in my lifetime. I want some answers, so got a lot to talk about, my alien friend.
All right, good answers. I'm going talking dog. I want to know what Quinn is thinking.
Also, what if my alien friend is hot and has 3 boobs?
You got to feed your family.
Wait, what?
Total Recall.
Oh. Yeah, I want a hot alien friend with benefits.
Yes, sir.
If you guys said I wanted a talking dog with benefits, you guys would look at me wrong. Judge me, but you guys are perfectly fine with me. Banging
Brought to you
aliens.
by PETA. Yeah, we would. The red flags would be going up for that. All right. Would you rather be Archer, a young Montgomery Burns, Rick Sanchez, or Batman? And Seamus is going to be the first to answer this question.
I'm Batman.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't want to be Bruce Wayne.
I mean, I'll tell you my answer, but I should add Scrooge McDuck. Fuck.
I mean, I want to go Rick Sanchez, but he's old. But
that's what I would do. But you can do whatever you want. Like, you fucking, hi, I'm fucking Little Rick.
How come he doesn't make himself young?
He does sometimes. He went to high school. Little Rick.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And made himself a pickle, which I don't know why he did that, but it was a hilarious episode.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, yeah, because you get to see it again. All the things out there I'd get to see as Rick Sanchez would be great.
Yeah, you get that sweet fucking control thing there that can go all over the fucking universe, everywhere.
Yeah, a little portal gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also looks like a pretty dangerous life.
Yeah, but you're a straight fucking G, though.
It's true. I mean, yeah. I guess I have to go with Rick Sanchez.
Well,
Oh, I know where this is going.
my gut reaction is Batman, all right? But if you think about Batman's life, it's kind of terrible. Like,
pretty
both his
tragic.
parents get murdered in front of him. He's always getting beat up and fucked up and drugged by Scarecrow. And I just don't know how enjoyable his quality of life even is.
I was thinking the same thing because he's always bruised and hurting. He's always aching.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have, like, Rick Sanchez gadgets and, like, stuff.
I'm sure Archer's feeling that way as well. So you're taking young Mr. Burns, then?
I feel like young Mr. Burns is the safest answer. I don't
Yeah.
have the sense of adventure that Rick Sanchez has, and I feel like 20-something Montgomery Burns just kind of
You just made your second million. You just met your new fucking secretary, Smithers.
yeah.
You just bought the power plant. Congratulations.
I think I'm gonna go young Mr. Burns.
That should be a fucking show. Edit that out. We don't want anyone stealing that shit.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
just
because you're
kidding.
going to buy the rights to the character.
I know. But yeah, steal it from us. We'll sell it to you. Yeah, we're taking it. If at all possible, would you rather be a writer, an animator, or a voice actor? And this is for animated shows. We have to choose.
I mean, I would love to do all three, but I guess I'm going to be the voice actor. He doesn't have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's like, as much as I love to animate, I feel like maybe animating a show would take my love out of it. I just
gotta be a
hate it
lot of
after
work.
while. But if I'm a voice actor, I just go into a sound booth for a half hour and I get a fat paycheck and I'm done.
Yeah, actually read, we're doing research for the show, that H. John Benjamin doesn't even read the script. He just goes in and does the voice acting.
Yeah, he's a straight professional. He's the man doing some Arby's, you know.
Being a voice actor would be an awesome dream job.
Oh, amazing! Like Melanie got like offered by some lady at some party, like a fucking like Hollywood party. I told her she totally should jump at the spot. You know, that'd be fucking such a sick. It's hard to get into the business. It's like so, you know, it's tough. I gotta say, this is the last question. Okay, ready for it?
Yep.
You're on an island. You're trapped. What show, animated, would you rather be trapped with?
Well, you know, you got to go with one of the long running ones, like Simpsons got to be up there, or Family Guy, or South Park, because you're gonna want a lot of content.
Yep, you only got one choice, friend. Choose correctly.
I mean, I'm going General Hospital. The Days of Our Lives.
The animated? Oh man, that would fucking imagine that. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'd probably have to go like Family Guy or something.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good one.
Now I'm going to go Simpsons, and I'm going to get a hold of Seamus on the adjacent island, and we'll trade DVDs that way.
You can't do that. There's no wizardry in this.
It's not wizardry, Greg.
Wizards.
It's a simple
It's a
smoke.
raft.
It's a simple smoke signal. All right. Seamus can
You
obviously
guys are not close together. You are fucking on completely different islands, and you can try to get there, but there's shark-infested waters, and you're probably going to die.
I think after rewatching all the same episodes, I would take that chance.
After he's done with the 36th season of Simpsons, he's definitely going to be willing to take the chance.
No, he's going to be like, fucking, let's start over. After you've done the 36 seasons for the 36th time.
I would forget all those seasons.
Exactly. You're like, yeah, let's do it again. And you'd be like acting it out on the island. You'd be like fucking doing your own fucking Simpsons.
Good times.
Yep. Great times. And that was Would You Rather.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That's going to wrap up another episode. You're going to eat that crust. Thanks for listening.
Check us out on all social media platforms. Follow me at Old Nerdy Bastard and Holy One Kenobi. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. If you think we're doing a good job, check out our Patreon on Anchor.
Thank you all.
If you're feeling generous, subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts as well.
Please give us some feedback.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. And remember, in crust, we trust.
We trust.
Night, everybody. I'm going to go dream about Jessica Rabbit and Lana Payne.
All right.
I
Peace
bid
out.
you adieu.
See ya.
Yeah, later.
This ends our podcast.
But I just saw Event Horizon. Oh, you did? We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about every scene.
And I wanted to talk a dog with benefits. You guys would look at me wrong.